Today we are asking a direct question. What makes you important in a relationship? Not important in theory, not important in words, important in real life. Important at work, important in a family, important in a friendship. When does someone move from nice to have to this person matters? Many people assume importance is obvious. If I care deeply, it must be important. If I talk about it often, it must matter. But that assumption creates confusion. Caring is internal. Importance is visible only when something in reality shifts. Keep this question in mind as we move forward. What makes you important? First, we need to clarify what important actually means in this context. Something becomes important when it changes outcomes for someone. If it changes what they gain, what they lose, what they can access, or what they must protect, it carries weight. If it changes nothing in their reality, it remains background noise. The same sentence said by a stranger may pass unnoticed. The same sentence said by a manager can affect income, position, and future plans. Same words, different impact. The difference is not emotion. The difference is consequence. Importance is not inside the person or object itself. It is inside the effect it produces. Now take this one step further. People often feel confused when they sense they are not important to someone. The natural reaction is to look inward and assume something is wrong. But importance is not about being good or bad. It is about impact. A person becomes important in a dynamic when their presence changes something real. When they are there, decisions shift. When they are there, options expand or contract. When they are there, something feels at stake. So the sharper question is not, do I care? The sharper question is, what changes when I am there? There is also another layer that creates misunderstanding: repetition. Repetition does not create importance by itself. If something is repeated often, it becomes familiar. Familiarity turns into habit. Habit starts to feel necessary. And when something feels necessary, it can start to feel important. Traditions work this way. Certain actions are treated as important not because they change outcomes, but because they have been done for a long time. The feeling of "this must be done" can come from habit, not impact. So repetition creates familiarity and expectation, but not true importance, because true importance comes from consequence. Think about money. Money is not important because it has a label attached to it. It becomes important because it changes outcomes. It changes options. It changes security. It changes access. The moment something alters what is possible, its weight increases. The same logic applies to access to a person. Access becomes valuable when it changes your reality. If being around someone shifts your emotional state, your opportunities, your social position, or your daily structure, that access carries weight. If nothing changes, the access has little structural value. Notice how this explains why the same behavior can carry different meaning in different situations. Two people arrive late. In one workplace, nothing changes. In another, trust is affected and future opportunities shift. Same action, different outcome. A short text reply may feel neutral in one relationship and significant in another. The difference is not drama. The difference is what is affected. When something affects security, status, access, or stability, it feels important. This also clarifies why conflict appears. Different priorities cause conflict because different people are protecting different consequences. One partner protects closeness. The other protects independence. One colleague protects speed, the other protects precision. Each focus feels important because each affects their sense of stability or control. When two people defend what affects their world most, tension appears. Not because someone is irrational, but because something real feels at stake. So we return to the core question: what makes you important? It is not how strongly you feel. It is not how often you repeat something. It is not how loud you are. It is the degree to which your presence changes outcomes in that dynamic. If you want to understand where you stand in any relationship, look at what shifts when you are there. Look at what decisions adjust. Look at what people protect around you. That is where importance is formed. Now I want you to observe behaviors of other people, in life, in movies, in books, and answer, what changes when they are present? Share your perspective in the comments. No personal details, just patterns. There is no right or wrong answer, but the pattern you notice may reveal more than you expect.